Good evening. Today I would like to discuss eliminating toxic people. Have you ever encountered a toxic person? What do you do when someone cuts you off in traffic? Or how do you respond to the rude cashier at the grocery store? What's your reaction to your friend who turns small matters into significant issues? As a United States Army veteran, having lived in various states and cultures and exposed to many people, we all have dealt with toxic people. A 2011 NBC News Today poll of 18,000 women and 4,000 men showed that 84% of women and 75% of men stated that they have had toxic friends. Today I'd like to explain why detoxification is necessary, how to recognize toxic people, who they are, and what they do, and conclude with 3 ways to deal with toxic people. So why is detoxification necessary? Physicians and addiction specialists often have to medically detoxify chemically dependent people from addicting drugs such as alcohol, narcotics, and others. According to Dr. Jonas Webb's article, 8 Ways to Detoxify People, if you grow up with a toxic parent, a toxic sibling, or another close family member, you are likely more vulnerable to destructive relationships as an adult. Detoxification is the first step before progress can occur towards a more rewarding life and rehabilitation. I suggest that you detoxify yourself from toxic people in your life. So how can I recognize a toxic person? Do you know who they are? Toxic people are poisonous to your goals, health, and spirit. They are the people at your work, social event, and neighborhood who make you feel unsafe, uneasy, and insignificant. They make you feel drained of energy and demoralized. They are the people who bring you candy when you are on a diet or tell jokes at your expense. They are people who prod you into inappropriate behaviors. Dr. Gemma Gladstone's Guide to Recognizing and Dealing with Toxic People highlights several types of toxic people: critics, passive aggressors, narcissists, and stonewallers. Dr. Gladstone states that critics are toxic people who undermine your sense of self-esteem. Critics will criticize everything about you. Passive aggressors display signs of sarcasm, backhanded compliments, and express mixed feelings. When speaking to passive aggressors, you have to walk on eggshells to prevent you from saying things that will spark a confrontation. Narcissists choose a single way to undermine your happiness. They are one-way communicators. Narcissists only talk about themselves and never wait for a response for the person they are talking to. They love hearing their own voice. Stonewallers refuse to maintain open communication and never try to resolve whatever issue you might have. So what do toxic people want from you? They may want your time, money, car, energy, and your self-respect. They want from you whatever you have that they don't. They are entitled to whatever they can steal. Some may be nice to you in many ways, but very toxic and corrupt in others. All too often these days, some self-centered people may even want your life. Toxic people can be dangerous to be around. At work, they may tell your boss things that cost you a promotion or even your job. I'm not suggesting that you become paranoid. Instead, I want you to be smart. I think it's vital that you recognize toxic people for who they are and try to stay away from them. In our lives, we are bound to encounter toxic people. But what do we do when someone is genuinely toxic? What do we do when a toxic person brings out the worst in us? I want to give you 3 ways to deal with toxic people as highlighted in Dr. Gladstone's article. Number 1, protect yourself potentially from toxic interaction. Learn how to protect yourself from negativity. The article recommends using I statements. I statements should be used in expressing how you feel. Number 2, check your reaction. Checking your reaction means making sure your responses do not lead to aggravating the toxic person that's involved. Number 3, stay away from toxic people. Toxic people spew toxins. They offer negative and obstructive behaviors and attitudes. The best method for dealing with toxic people is to simply leave them alone. In conclusion, please rid yourselves of toxic people in your life, just as some people must rid themselves of toxic substances. If you can't eliminate certain toxic people, at least limit your time with them as much as possible. Thank you.